This is the way that I like to set my Maxus Helios. Now, even though this is not the one where you can get them in one set, where you can get all the pieces together in that one box set, and they all look like they're in this cool looking steel looking color, even though it's not that one, I have no complaints, because if you see, my Helios is bronze, my scraper is bronze, Foxbat is translucent, Fencer is translucent, and Spindle is also translucent. So this is pretty cool. If you're wondering how I did that, well, basically I had a lot of patience, I stuck to my game plan, and I was very, very selective. So if you use your brain, you will be able to do it and get a nice Maxus Helios, your own set, just like I did. Now, let's take a look at this closely. Okay, what do I think now that I've completed this guy? Okay, now that I completed this guy, my personal opinion, the concept is awesome. It basically, from Transformers terminology, this is what we call a gestalt. It's a combiner, basically. And you know, the famous one in Transformers is Devastator, and you know, he's always been a very popular character. So this is the Bakugan Devastator right here. And it's really cool. Compared to Maxus Drago, I don't have Maxus Drago. I probably won't be getting Maxus Drago because I'm not a big fan of traps. Okay, but the way this guy looks, basically, if you see the way he looks right here, he's pretty much a centaur. And as you know, I like Greek mythology. And the way that I have him set up right here, okay, all the weapons are facing forwards right here. You can say that, you know, it looks like he's going to shoot his own guys right here, like Spindle looks like he's going to shoot his own guys, but hopefully he'll be able to target off. You know, so I like all the weapons facing forward, you know, all the claws, all the spikes, I want them facing forward. I want everything here tucked in, because this is to me, this is the body. So it would be weird for the body to have wings coming out and stuff, unless it's like a Pegasus, I guess, which is fine. But, you know, the fact that the wings are coming out from Helios himself, I have his legs tucked in because he does have legs over here. You know, it just, to me, is basically a centaur with oversized legs, and I really like that idea very, very much. So that's the concept-wise. Actual toy-wise, how does it work? Well, he doesn't stand too well. That's his biggest minus. The connecting and the standing, it's not all that great, but most gestalts have that problem. Even the Transformer toys, you know, they usually have that kind of problem, you know. The one good thing I can say is he's fairly decent in the way he connects. You see, he doesn't fall apart real easily. So that's the one good thing that I can say. Now this right here is what I call a Minimus Helios. Instead of the Maximus Helios, which has, you know, all the rest of the guys, the Minimus Helios is, to me, a smaller version, basically. So it's Helios plus the front legs, and right here an extra counterweight so he doesn't tilt forward. So basically, when you have Helios plus 3 other Bakugans right there, basically a total of 4 is a Minimus Helios. So here is another version of Minimus Helios. Now, it is possible to replace Clogger and Scraper with Leafram and Spindle. It's just they really don't stand well if you do that. It's just horrible. But right here, the main idea is I replaced Foxbat with Fencer, and I think I've already shown this before, is you can also replace this tail bit with also a metal Fencer as well. So you guys have already seen Helios combined with metal Fencer like this, and when you do it like this, he looks like some sort of I don't know, like spider looking creature, and it looks a lot more insectile, and it looks pretty cool. Or you could do it to where he's more like this and he actually stands, and this is, to me, much more cooler. So you could do it this way as well. But this is what I call Micros Helios. What is Micros Helios? Micros Helios is basically Helios plus 1 other Bakugan. Now, I know this set right here is being sold right now as Meta Helios, but I made Micros Helios way before that set came out at Target. So I'm just calling it Maxus Helios. And like I said, you could, it doesn't have to be a metal fencer. You could replace this obviously with a fencer or a fox bat. Just connect just one other Bakugan, and this is your Maxus, because it's super small. Okay. Important thing is to actually study and see what's really going on, so I can bring to you a really honest review here. Was it worth it to complete the whole set? Do I recommend it? No, I really don't. I don't recommend it. For me personally, like I said, I planned this out big time, so it was okay just to you know, make that plan come true. But my original intention, I really wasn't trying to complete it. But when I found out that some of the other ones that came out later on, such as Foxbat and Fencer, because I got a metal fencer and I pretty much enjoyed my metal fencer, even though it's a trap. It piqued my curiosity for a fencer over here, you know, so I had to see what a fencer was like, and I had to see what a Foxbat was like, just because I really like vampires and stuff. So, you know, these two I almost had to get just because of that, and these are the ones that came out later on, so it just ended up completing it, you know. I never would have got it just to complete the Maxus Helios set. It was because these two were interesting to me, and then combine the fact that they are both translucent, that gave me an excuse to get them. If they were normal colors, I would completely skip them. Alright, that's the discipline right there. This one right here, like I said, this one is also translucent, you know, and that's really, honestly, the only reason why I got Spindle. If you compare Spindle and Leafram right here, I think Leafram is way cooler because he looks biomechanical, you know, because of the teeth right here, and then, I mean, just look at his card. He looks awesome. Whereas the Spindle, he doesn't look biomechanical. He just looks mechanical, you know. Not that great, really not that great. You can kind of see same kind of thing with Scraper and Clogger. These two are very similar, but they look mechanical, and when they first came out, they were very unique looking. We have never seen anything like this before, so I was curious to see how they were going to function and stuff like that, and at least I was able to get one of them in bronze. And out of the feet for Maxus Helios, you know, Clogger and Scraper work much better than Leafram and Spindle do as for feet. Way, way better. So if you had to choose between the team of Clogger and Scraper or Leafram and Spindle, I would go with Clogger and Scraper by far. By far. They just connect, and it stands a lot better. So I would definitely go with that. Leafram is, however, out of those four, honestly, I think is the coolest, okay? But he's not that cool either, so, you know, it's nothing to really worry about. And Spindle, like I said, I think is I don't like him at all. The only good thing that I have about this one is that he is translucent, and he's a part of Maxus Helios. Other than that, he's totally dismissible. I don't recommend him at all. Foxbat, I am glad that I got him, you know. I am, you know, because he is a bat, you know, hopefully a vampire type bat, mechanical vampire bat. That sounds kind of cool. But if it wasn't translucent, would I have been happy with it? No, absolutely not. I'm not impressed with this Bakugan. I'm not a big fan of it, so, you know, I'm glad that at least it's translucent and at least it combines with Maxus Helios. Other than that, really, I'm not impressed. Helios himself, what do I think? Helios is the bomb. Helios is awesome. Helios is easily the best one here, and he's one of the best Bakugans ever made, I think. So if you set the Bakugans Foxbat and Fencer sideways, then Venomous Helios stands very, very well. He can slither for you, and I think it looks great. Personally, I like this better than Maxus Helios, and it would be a lot cheaper. So I do recommend for you to, if you were gonna get some combiners, if you wanted to get 2 more combiners for Helios, then I would go with these two, Foxbat and Fencer, over Clogger and Scraper. And you see this Venomous Helios, I think is pretty nifty.